And I was very interested by the reference that you just made now and in the book to the default mode network, because
Yes.
that's something I've been uh, hearing about, learning about through these interviews. And and I've also gotten re-interested in psychedelics and the
Hmm.
whole, that seems to be enjoying a renaissance
Yes, that's right.
of research and people taking it in a serious and intentional kind of stance towards it rather than a recreational stance.
Yes.
And and so the default network certainly has been mentioned in that context
Yeah.
as some kind of a doorway or important aspect of the psychedelic opening.
Yes. Yes. I mean, so interestingly, the brain networks that balance in this advanced form of effortless mindfulness are similar to psilocybin microdosing.
Hmm.
So, in other words, sometimes I say you can microdose or you can do micro meditations to get
Yeah,
to the same place. So it really is a natural way without the negative side effects that, 1/3 of all people who do psychedelics have a bad trip, according to the research at Johns Hopkins.
uh-huh.
Um, and that's even a group that's been pre-screened.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that statistic.
Yes, yeah, and that's pre-screened people who are
Yeah,
pre-screened from having psychiatric history or anything like that.
yeah.
So, so certainly there are some benefits for PTSD with psychedelics and some other treatments. But I think what people are getting at is what I feel effortless mindfulness offers in a way that it takes the same amount of time to learn as it takes to learn deliberate mindfulness, which many people have learned. And you get an effect similar to the microdosing in that you feel more open and interconnected. There's a feeling of there's something greater than yourself, whatever you call that. You feel a sense of love or all is well, feeling like safety, a certain kind of okayness, well-being uh, that doesn't come with deliberate mindfulness as much as a calm. The EEG study shows that that in deliberate mindfulness you go from beta to alpha, so you go from fast-moving mind to calm. And in the effortless mindfulness, you get the calm, but then you get uh, synchronized gamma. So what that is aha moments or creativity or
Yeah.
joy bursts of, which is similar again to some of the more psychedelic or higher creativity dimensions of consciousness. So it's a different practice. It's really kind of exciting to offer it now to people during this time when people I think are looking for that experience that psychedelics gives, but this one is intentional and non addictive and non side of the side effects are not there.
Right, right. I'm interested in this whole dimension of technologically assisted
Hmm.
mind states, I guess.
Yeah.
And so not only do we have psychedelics, but we also have things like neurofeedback
Yep.
and transcranial magnetic stimulation, and
Yes.
the various products that are coming on the market, and also the meditation apps like
Yeah.
Calm and
Yeah.
Headspace, I think.
Hmm.
Um, wh- what's your, do you have reactions or thoughts
Yeah,
or
I mean, I
judgments
think
about those?
everyone is with good intentions. I think mostly good intentions, trying to help and is looking at this area of are we limited to this kind of neurotic, anxious, or depressed consciousness that most people end up in, including young people who aren't even yet have a life history of strong stress. They're just you know so um, these apps, most of the apps are using deliberate mindfulness, and again I think it's a good stepping stone and it's a calming, but it does calm the small sense of self, and then you have to still go back to being anxious and then calm and anxious and calm. Whereas some of these other methods, like effortless mindfulness, are trying to upgrade your identity, upgrade your mind, so that you literally are in this background, non-reactive acceptance, loving presence. So that there's a study that shows that advanced Tibetan practitioners and college students, so they would have their baseline of emotional reactivity would be lower for the Tibetans and higher for the college students. And then they have earphones on and they hear a baby screaming in pain. And so the college students would go up and then they would have a long time coming back down. It would start being reactive and keep associating. The Tibetans, would you guess that they would go less high or more high? They actually go more high.
I could see an argument for either one of those.
Yeah, so they go higher. They emotionally feel more, and then they come right back down to baseline.
Yeah.
So the difference is the non-reactivity, not the deadness. So there's a more open emotional ability to be alive and to be connected and to be fully human without being repressed or depressed or anxious. And this is the amazing possibility, to live a fully intimate human life, not to, either use meditation to spiritually bypass or use meditation to kind of comfortably numb yourself.